All right, man. Curtis Allen is back. Welcome to the Bag of Six. We have a title now.
Bag of six.
Yes,
I
exactly.
dig it. I dig it. Well, I'm
Curtis,
glad to be here for my first go on the bag of six.
exactly. Curtis with a K is what you're referred to around the house. It's with me today, and you kind of have a little bit of an advantage today, just a teeny bit,
How
because
so?
not only are you on the radio all the time and the master of today's country favorites on Wixie 100.3, but you also DJ gigs, man. You're the wedding DJ. You're the party guy. That's what you
I
do.
do. Yeah, I do. You can look me up on Facebook and give my page a like if you're interested. Yeah, no, I DJ bars, receptions, parties, weddings, all that stuff.
So yeah. So the music is the theme of today, and what I'm calling it is songs that are bad, but we like anyway. Some people might call them guilty pleasures, but I don't like
Yeah,
that term. I think if you find pleasure in something, as long as it's safe and not hurting somebody, dig it, man. Find pleasure in
yeah.
that. Don't feel guilty about it. Just dig it. But these are songs that are objectively bad, but we still like them anyway.
Oh yeah,
So,
for sure.
you have a long catalog. You probably have hard drives and laptops loaded up to the gills, and weddings aren't exactly known for their, let's just say, good music taste. But it still brings people to the floor. So as I said, you have a slight advantage here because I love terrible music.
Right.
So
Well, I know you do. I know you do. Um, well, I tried not to choose things like the electric slide or any of the typical wedding dances. I tried not to go with those for this. I tried to keep it, personal songs that were that I truly enjoy, that I might jam to every once in a while or sing out loud or have some fun with. But to your point, I did have a deeper list to go through because this was a lot harder for me than I expected, man. This was tough to come up with a definite six songs that are one bad, but two I love. I mean, I could have come up with probably 60 of them for this, but I think I've got a pretty good list. I'm pretty happy with how it all turned out. So,
I got some. I got about 10 or 12 here. Some will be tough to cut, but I'm going to stress here because like I was doing a little googling. I had the research doctors out there, Gerald Beef, Jim Eagle, helping me
yep.
prepare for this. And people are like, "Thong Song's a bad song." No, it's not.
Hmm.
It's a wonderful song. Back
Hmm.
when we used to work together, I could almost get through it twice on my way to the station, depending on how the stoplight on Country Fair and Bradley would treat me. Back to back, that would get me
Sure.
backed up. Your buddy Mark Spalding loved it when I rolled into the parking lot with the windows down and Thong Song on 11. DeBarge, Rhythm of the Night, like one of my favorite songs of all time. Is it
Hmm.
objectively bad? I will argue no. It's wonderful. The message is amazing. So it took me a while for me to just find songs that literally are pretty terrible, but they're on playlist. I have them on many playlists. So
Yep.
I think I narrowed it down. I've got some bangers here. But since you're my guest,
Hmm.
I'm gonna let you go first with your number six, my friend.
Okay, let me bring up my list here. I want to make sure that I've got them in the correct order. I remember all six songs. I just want to make sure I got them in the correct order.
Okay.
Okay, and I wanted to try to mix up different genres too. I didn't want it to, just focus on bad pop songs or bad rock songs or hip hop, whatever. I wanted to have a lot to choose from, and so it's easy to pick on hair metal and that stuff from the '80s. Um, but I just loves me some Whitesnake, buddy. I do. And I'm gotta this song is near and dear to my heart because it's an inside joke between me and some of my friends. In particular, my buddy Boomtime, who I know is watching. Whitesnake, Slow and Easy, comes in at number six for me.
Okay.
It's
Okay. All right. All
it
right.
is you could have chosen several different Whitesnake songs. I could have chosen several different Whitesnake songs for this particular list. I thought about Still of the Night. Um, I mean, they're really just a Led Zeppelin ripoff, right? That's what Whitesnake was and are. They really, their whole sound. David Coverdale stole the whole Robert Plant vibe, but I could have gone with Here I Go Again. I thought, nah, that's too popular. I want Slow and Easy, a 7.5 minute epic about getting it on, sir, in a
Well,
very 80s hair metal kind of way.
yeah, I mean, just the visuals of Tawny Katane will never make Here I Go Again bad in most people's minds. I mean,
Right.
she stole the video, and so like sometimes that was also going through my list, like separating the visuals from the actual material. But no, that's a solid pick. I'm still trying to break down in my mind White Snake and Led Zeppelin being brought together in the same sentence, but I kind of get what you're going there. But man,
Well, just listen to David Coverdale's vocals on any Whitesnake song and compare it to Still of the Night is the one that pops in my head immediately. Where like, oh my gosh, he's really really ripping. In fact, people forget this. Jimmy Page did an album with David Coverdale, and the whole yeah, people forget that. And the whole thing was okay. Well, he went out and got the Robert Plant ripoff to try to keep doing Led Zeppelin music. So, but yeah, Jimmy Page did a solo album with Coverdale singing lead vocals for him. So there you go.
zero idea that even existed, but
A lot of people forgot about it. Yeah, a lot of Zeppelin fans don't want to know it exists.
within good reason, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so all right, fantastic pick. I'm going with my number 6 now.
Mm.
It's by a band known as the Light Funky Ones. You may know them as LFO, and it's not officially summer until you start talking about Abercrombie and Fitch. I'm talking
Oh,
LFO
God.
Summer Girls, a terrible song, but
Oh my.
literally my summer cannot start until I hear it. I take umbrage the fact that they rhymed Fitch with sick. Chinese food makes me sick. It's a weird dig there, man. But the cut is just it's summertime, man. Like they could have done anything. Wool sweaters make me itch. The Chicago Bears quarterback used to be Mitch. Like
Oh yeah.
they can do lots of things here, man. Like I seen a movie called Teen Witch. I don't know, but Chinese food makes me sick was an odd choice. And unfortunately, not all the members of LFO are with us today. So that's another reason I like to celebrate the summer with Summer Girls. A really terrible song, but man, it's catchy as all hell.
Yeah, Summer Girls is one of those songs. I remember when it came out, and as a rock guy, uh, I had to hate it instantly. I had to be us versus them with that song. But the girl I was dating at the time in high school, oh, she loved it. So I couldn't get away from it, especially that summer, man. So I'll always have a little small place in my heart for that terrible garbage song. But you're right. Yeah.
It's like the rollerblades of songs. Like,
Yes. Yeah.
nobody wants to admit they like it. No one wants to be caught dead wearing them, but they do scratch an itch, and it is kind of fun.
They scratch an itch like Abercrombie and Fitch. So
Boom. See what I'm saying? Like, why the dig at Chinese food? I think it's because they were so shredded they couldn't eat Chinese food because of like the carbs.
I love Chinese food. I love Chinese food.
I do too, man. I'll have Mongolian beef on call.
Mm.
Crab rangoons. Oh man, now I'm just getting hungry just thinking about it, man. All right.
Generals. Give me the General's chicken, sir. Mm.
Yeah. Yes. All right.
Well, are you ready for my turn? Number 5? Okay. Like I said, I wanted to go to a lot of different genres. And this is the only hip hop or rap song that I have on my bag of 6 list here of bad songs that I love. But every time I hear it, I think of the summer 94, 95. And I think of the greatest Canadian rapper of all time, not Drake. I'm talking about Snow with Informer, sir.
No.
Yes.
No. That's
Yes.
it's a bad song, but what about it can you get down to, dude? Like there's no real beat. Like there's no
It's what do you mean there's no beat?
like there's no bass line. There's no like it's just no. Sell me on it,
Yes.
Curtis. Sell me.
Well, first of all, it reminds me of a simpler time in my life when I hear Snow's Informer. Second of all, the dude can rhyme. That's some fast rapping. What are you talking about? Everyone, people think that they always go to lick your boom boom down, which he never actually says. That's not what he says in the song, by the way. But it is fun to say, I lick your boom boom down.
What does
I'd have to Google the lyrics. I don't remember right now off the top of my head.
So you're sure he didn't say that, but you don't know what he did say.
No, I remember looking it up one time, and I looked it up one time because I was like, I've been singing "Lick Your Boom Boom Down" for a long, long time. So is everybody else. Is that what he actually says? And it's not. He said something else. Also, almost 65 million plays on Spotify. By the way, I'm just throwing that out there for you.
Oh, you're gonna pull stats on me now? Okay.
No, I'm just. Well, if I got to sell it to you, no,
yeah. It's just. Did Detective Man saw him stab someone down the lane?
Detective Man said he saw Snow stab someone down the lane. That's a lot of alliteration. That's a lot of S words right there, my friend. Snoop can't do that, what Snow did. No, he couldn't.
Not with those glasses and denim that he was sporting. That's in that video, yeah.
Yeah. Informa. I lick your boom boom down.
It's a terrible song, man. It definitely fits.
It's a great, terrible song.
I can honestly say I'm fine never listening to that one again. And I've got some terrible songs here, trust me. We're going back and forth, but that one, no, man, no. Was that a no?
What do you mean there's no beat? All right. Sorry.
No, man, no.
I don't even think we get in trouble for copyright for playing that either. I think they'd just be happy. I think Snow would be happy. I think he still tours or something like that, man, or he does pop-up shows here and there in Canada. So.
Did he have a follow-up?
He had another single that did okay. I don't remember what it was called. If I looked it up, I could tell you. But he did have a second single that charted. But Informer was the only. I mean, he's a one-hit wonder, right? So.
Like I'm still trying to unpack. I mean, the Canadian Jamaican reggae tron kind of thing. It's definitely a niche. I'll give him that. It was kind of when I was going through 80s songs and I came across like Taco putting on the Ritz, which I actually considered, which is kind of a low-key banger. But imagine being in the decade where like that comes out next to Whitesnake, like in the same week. Like the scale of 80s songs was just unmatched. But when you throw Informer in the mix, I guess the 90s were pretty jacked too.
Yes, sir. That summer, man. That summer it was Snow, Informer, Hot Stepper. You couldn't get away from that. Those like on Top 40 Radio, those songs are always back to back. Hot Stepper and Informer. I don't have Hot Stepper on my list, although I do love that song.
I would have bought that one. I need Kamosi. Like I would have bought that one kind of pops. That one kind of pops, dude. Here comes a hot step upward. I'm up. Lyrical gangster, dude. All right.
He was. Yeah, you're number 5.
My number 5. I'm having a hard time. They're also great. Like I let off with LFO. That's how my list just thumps, dude. When LFO's your number 6.
Lead off.
I'm gonna slow it down, and this is gonna come out of left field. But when I was a young kid, I was very into the Karate Kid. All the people watching Cobra Kai now, trying to catch up, etc. I actually paid like 4 months of YouTube Premium to watch that show, like because I couldn't finish it in time, and now it's on Netflix, and I've just shot a bunch of money in my ass. But to digress. Now, I think where you think I'm going is the best around, but it's not, because that song's objectively great. What I'm going for is my man PDC, Peter Cetera, for Karate Kid 2, where there's a song called The Glory of Love. And I love that song. Like a knight in shining armor from a long time ago. Do-do-do-do-do.
Yes.
So far away. And then it just rips, dude, and you just sit back and he's just loving life. Man, that song gets me in the feels, dude. It's an objectively horrible song. I don't think any.
Yeah, it's very 80s to your point. Gosh, if it weren't for my older sisters, I would have forgotten about that song. My oldest sister, Cassie, uh, you and her are about the same age, I think, which is probably, it's a generational thing, really. But I remember that from the Karate Kid Part Two. And even as a little guy, I was like, this is not a good song, but it's catchy. It does have that 80s pull at your heartstrings sort of vibe, that
Yeah, man.
power ballad. Yeah.
He told you like 19 times at the end of the song, did it all for love. You see the little drums in the video because that was back when music videos still had like footage from the movie. So
Yes.
I'm getting jacked for Karate Kid 2, and they got the little drums, and they're not Okinawa. Like, man, I was loving it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Song still, man. I got it on playlists. If it comes on
Uh,
the radio,
mm.
boom, it's going up, dude. PDC, Peterson.
I had to at the state fair that summer. I remember you could buy those little drums everywhere. So I had, beg my mom to get me some. And I spent the rest of that summer going,
Everybody did, man.
oh God,
It was like one of the greatest marketing ploys ever. I think
so
you
smart.
can find them everywhere, like after that movie came out, dude. So,
Yes. Yes. I've still got a couple. Of course, the little strings broke on them or whatever within a couple of days, but I made it work. I would tape that bad boy back up and go back to so
Peterson
good,
Terrace.
good one. Good one. I appreciate that pick.
Thank you.
Well, this pick I have at 4. I'm sticking with the 80s. Sort of an 80s pop song, 80s R&B, call it what you will. Written by the late great Rick James, which people sometimes forget. And it was performed by, in my opinion, one of, if not the greatest stand-up comedian of all time. I'm talking about Eddie Murphy in Party All the Time, Sir.
It is having a little resurgence right now. I did
Mm-hmm.
notice it was trending on Twitter, and I was like, that song does bang, dude. Like, it's
Mm-hmm.
fantastic.
It's still good. Well,
Now, were
people
you saying that people forget Rick James or forgetting that it was written by Rick James? Because nobody
they
forgets.
for they forget. No, nobody forgets. No, they forget that it was written by him. Like
Okay.
everybody will say, Eddie Murphy wrote. No, Eddie didn't write the song. Rick wrote the song for Eddie to perform when Eddie, because at that time there was nobody more famous than Eddie Murphy, and so Ed thought he could sing, and he could. He's a good singer. So what do? You put on, you're 24 or whatever, you put on an album. It's, the 80s. And like Rick James is in the music video, right? He's producing Eddie. Like the whole point of the video is them recording the song, and it's
Right.
Rick behind the board, clearly in a Rick James state of mind, pushing buttons and pointing and jamming and stuff like that.
Right.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug and all that. So,
Yeah, he had no idea he was there filming.
no, but it is a super catchy song. And I will go as far as to say it gets a bad rap because it was Eddie Murphy that performed it. I think it could have been, if that was, I don't know, maybe if that's Rick that performed it, maybe it has a much better rap today, than it does because it was Ed or some R&B singer from the 80s if they would have done it,
Like
I don't know.
Rockwell, if Rockwell would have turned that out,
Rockwell.
he had his one hit, but like if he'd have turned that out as a follow-up track, it probably
Mm,
because yeah, that would be my only hang up on this. I think it's objectively a solid song. I think it's a good song. I don't really think
yeah,
it's a bad song. I think
no.
maybe the Eddie influence of it makes it a bad song.
Yeah, I
But
think people crap on it because
yeah,
of Ed being the one that sings it.
yeah,
But he does a great job on it, number one. And two, if you're a guy, every guy I think at some point has just dated that wrong girl. It's you shouldn't have gone with this girl. And that's the point of the song. Ed wants love. He just wants this girl to love him, but she just wants to party all the time. She's into the lifestyle. She doesn't really like him. So
that's true.
we've all been there.
I know, not me, not at all. Speaking of the 80s, back then
Yes.
there was like this huge Coke Pepsi thing. There was like the
Mm,
Pepsi challenge and things of that nature, like Coke, Pepsi. I bet you can't tell them apart. Which one do you like better? This and that.
yeah.
In the 90s, there was a little lesser known battle going on with, are you a Woot or a Whoomp guy? Because 95 South came out with a little song called Woot, There It Is. But my friends and pick for this round Tag Team did Whoomp, There It Is, which came with the hammer. And I
Mm.
remember my friend Tetsuo Nishida, he had the Kasingle. You remember Kasingles?
I do remember singles, sir.
Yes,
I
we
do
had
remember the cassette singles. I had many of them. Yeah.
it had like 19 versions of the same song, random instrumentals,
Yep.
remakes you never knew existed.
Yep.
But Whoop, There It Is would played like on a loop because like this the tape would turn over and we're going back again. Tag team back again.
Back again. Check it directed. Let's begin.
Now, as a wedding DJ, I know you've heard Whoop, There It Is more times than probably anybody. And you gotta admit,
Yes.
man, that song is terrible, but it gets people moving, man. It makes everybody a little happy when it comes on. But if you break it down, they say derriere in it. I mean, come on, dude. That's terrible. But it's fun.
They do. They do. They do bring up the derriere for sure.
That's almost as bad as a Chinese food rhyme, you know. Almost as
Yeah.
almost as bad.
If as someone who DJs weddings, you know, there's a term that's become very popular in the last year or two about Karens, and I won't say that a lot of Karens request "Whoop, There It Is," but boy, they sure wear that uniform when they request a song.
Yeah, baby. Now, were you team Woot or team Whoop?
Well, I was Whoop because probably because of my age. I was like 6 or 7 when Whoop There It Is came out, and you couldn't get away from it. That was in Nike commercials. I was watching In Living Color on Fox on Sunday nights, which I should not have been. I was too young to be watching In Living Color, but I remember Whoop There It Is being a part of In Living Color with the Wayans brothers and Jim Carrey and all that back in the day. Every NBA game, every time they went to a commercial break, you know, and somebody had a big slam dunk or something like that, whoop, there it is, and then it would go into the commercial break. So it was sort of like, you know, like MC Hammer, like you couldn't get away from him. So at that time, my age, I was a Whoop guy. So
Absolutely, man, as you should be. So yeah, Whoop, There It Is. Terrible song that I still love anyway.
terrible. Oh, catchy, very catchy. So I'm going to jump up about 10, 15 years from my last pick for a song that, you know, the more I put it on the list at number 3, and I put it on a list as a bad song, but it's really not. In fact, I almost feel bad for referring to this song as a bad song from Latin sensation Enrique Iglesias. I'm talking about Bailamos.
Oh, that song rips, dude. No, you can't put that on there. No, that's a great
See, I
song.
feel bad about it.
Yeah, no, that song
That
rips.
is, oh,
That's not bad. No. Do you have an alternate? I won't allow it.
no.
All right, man.
Probably Enrique's song about Hero.
That one's pretty rough, but it does get
Yeah.
people in the feels. But no, Balamos is dope, dude. How can you call that a bad song?
I don't think it's a bad song. I love it, but I'm just saying,
Is it
you know
objective?
what? I regret.
Sell me on why it's bad, then, man. Because this is supposed to be objectively bad that we like anyway. What's bad about Balamos? Let the rhythm take you over, Balamos. And then, like, man, Te quiero. Dude, he's belting his heart out in that one, man.
I know. I
Is it bad? Is it lyrical? Is it what, dude? Tell me why it's bad.
I think for me, the reason that I put it on that list is, again, it goes back to when it came out, and like I'm a rock and metal guy, right? So at the time, 03, 02, 03, when that came out, you know, that was so against who I was or whatever, what I was into. Like I was a sellout for liking that song. I thought it was gonna, you know, like I had to hide that I liked that song. So
okay. All right. So it's personal issues, man.
But to your point, it's a great freaking song, man. It's an incredible song.
I love that song, dude. Like I think everybody loves that song.
Yeah, it's a song that I think that like my friends from back then that might have hated on it at the time, if we were all sitting around having some beers and whiskey or something like that, I'd be like, oh dude, this is a great song. Yeah, I remember this song. This is awesome. So
yeah, it's
but
like
I'm gonna keep it at 3 but I do love it. It's a fantastic song.
It's like the Tommy Boy scene, man. If it comes on, you're gonna do the well, you can change it if you want. I'm cool with it if you are. And then like next verse, you guys are both like, let the rhythm take you over. And like you're eating combos, just like follow most take you over. Oh man. I'm gonna
I
listen.
do love combos. Oh, my favorite snack.
It's a road trip staple, dude. I mean, you can't go on a road trip without combos, dude. I mean, that's a rule.
Yes,
I follow him on Twitter
exactly.
in that respect. All right.
You
Yeah.
follow combos on Twitter? Okay.
Oh yeah, follow combos on Twitter, dude. I mean, speaking of, do you want to give out your social media if anybody's listening and wants to follow Curtis with the K? Where you at? Where you at on social media? Are you losing me here? I see you nodding.
No, I'm here.
Okay.
I'll follow. Yeah, no, I'll follow combos on Twitter if you want me to.
What's your social media for the people listening and watching at home? If anybody wants to follow
Oh, well,
Curtis with the K. What's your social?
yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Curtis Allen, KUR. I'm telling you, there's a little delay between the two of us here. So I'm explaining. At Curtis Allen on Twitter, KURTIS ALLEN. Same on Instagram. I think that's what it is on Facebook too, or maybe Curtis Allen Radio on Facebook. But you can find me there. I'm not on Twitch. I'm not on Pinterest, but I'm sort of on Snapchat. But I don't want anybody to find me on Snapchat. So
Nobody wants to be on Snapchat, do they? Or is that just my age, man? Does anybody really want to be on Snapchat? I don't understand Snapchat. I don't. Pain Productions will never be on Snapchat. That is
only for the nudes. That's it.
True. All right. I'm gonna smooth it out a little bit here, my friend. I have so many choices, it's tough to break it down.
Oh,
But I'm gonna go ahead and say some people might brush back at this and think that this is a great song, but no, it's actually terrible. But if you're listening to More Than Words by Extreme, you immediately cloak yourself in linen. You got the radio up to like 20 and you're suddenly the third member, dude, and you're harmonizing with them and then what would say if I, and you're like hitting a fake guitar just like they are, just took those words away, and you're just blending in and you're all harmonizing and the world is beautiful because you and Gary Sharon are just sitting on a stool. Again, the linen, the khakis, man. Just, I'm getting close to a ponytail. I think it's coming soon. Like,
yeah.
I'm gonna basically go all out there. More Than Words. I love that song, but it is terrible and extreme.
Oh, again.
I can look at your
Yeah,
face, rock god, that one probably didn't make your list, huh? No More Than Words love. I've lost.
My oldest sister Cassie, again, that was a staple of her musical diet back in the day, and that song just, I can't stand it. I just can't stand it. I heard it so many times as a kid. But whatever. If you enjoy the fine guitar, and Nuno Betancourt is a great guitar player. That's another thing. Like, Nuno was a great guitar player. Gary Sharon's a fantastic vocalist, great singer. But dude, not for me. No.
He tried to kill Van Halen, man. Like the guy.
He did. He didn't. The Van Halen brothers tried to kill Van Halen. So
valid point.
But
it is, man. I'm telling you, like, tell me. I mean, you're just in the band whenever it comes on. It's like those dulcet tones where you're just like, if it's loud enough, you really feel like you're singing well. But if you turn it down, like I was just singing earlier, you're really trash, but you feel like you're in the cut, dude. It just hits this weird harmony that is just like, ooh, 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 I'm with you guys. Like, it just makes you feel warm, man. I love that song. I don't care how terrible it is. I will play that song right after by Lamos. I'm gonna I'm gonna come out of this with like the most funky playlist for all my family to love to hate.
Gonna be a fun Thanksgiving with the Leskis family. That's what you're saying.
Dude, you know. Oh yeah, let's sidetrack here real quick. I'm gonna Zach Morris this
Oh,
because I just ate some leftover kebabs, dude. What the hell are you talking about? That grilling leftovers are greater than Thanksgiving leftovers? I saw, Mister.
I did say that.
Man, you gotta just explain yourself, sir.
There's not much to explain. I mean, it's true. Reheating grilled burgers, brats, dogs, steak, whatever, monumentally, monumentally better to me than reheating turkey and mashed potatoes. And to your point about, well, it's a bit more rare. You can eat turkey and taters anytime you want. That's I don't buy that. The whole Thanksgiving leftovers thing, that could be leftovers anytime. But I will take a reheated cheeseburger, bratwurst, hot dog over Thanksgiving leftovers 10 out of 10 times.
All of those always, dude. Like consistent. How do you reheat a steak? Because you're also Mr. Well Done. How are you reheating?
Not Mr. Well Done. Whoa, 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 whoa. Well, I like my steak medium well. Medium well. I'm not Mr. Well Done, number one. Okay.
Okay. How are you reheating your steak that is just not shoe leather, dude?
You don't do. I just put it in the microwave, but for a shorter amount of time than most people would. You do it in quick spurts. It keeps it juicy. You don't have to keep it in there for like 4 minutes or something and dry it out.
Yeah, man. I'll give you the hot dogs and brats. Those usually reheat well. But no, anything beef related, man, that's a tough go. That's a tough go, man. Whereas you throw gravy on pretty much everything Thanksgiving, and it recaptures the memories and the stuffing, dude, gravy on it. Like I can eat a bowl of it, cold or warm. It doesn't matter. That wins, dude. So
here's a little tip when it comes to reheating the burgers from me to you, sir.
Please
dribble a little bit of water on it before you put it in before you start the microwave. That's it.
Do you have cheese on it?
You can put cheese on it, but I'm saying on the burger itself, on the meat, dribble a little bit of water on it.
But I mean, like, did you already have cheese on it when you prepared it?
Sometimes
so cold cheese on the top, and you're putting water on that, and then heating, dude.
No, you don't put the water on the cheese side. You put the water on the meat side if there's already cheese on it.
So the cheese is face down?
Dude, all you gotta do is turn the patty over, sprinkle the water on it, put the patty back with the cheese face up, microwave, 30 seconds or a minute, whatever, bam, it's done.
All right.
Try it. Just try it.
We'll call this incomplete, but I'm going Thanksgiving leftovers. Okay. Time in. All right. Is it my turn? Or no, I just did more than words. It's back to you, right?
Yeah, we're up to my number 2.
Yeah, you are. That last opinion was number 2, to be honest.
I've got one of the catchiest classic rock songs here with objectively some fairly cheesy lyrics that aren't completely understood by most people, I think. It's from a little band called Toto, my friend.
Oh.
It is not Africa.
No, because that song's amazing.
It is Hold the Line.
Okay. All right.
One of the best grooves ever.
Always on time.
Always
on time. That one?
See? Yeah. What does that mean? Love isn't always on time.
Right.
No, nobody really knows what it means, but it is a super catchy song. It's just really, really well done. It's a fun classic rock song, and I'll always have a special place in my heart for it. But admittedly, the lyrics, but I still love it. I don't care. If that thing comes on like a rock radio station, the volume's going up, the windows are going down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, people always flock to Africa, Rosanna, and screw you, Weezer, for trying to trample all over that and put it back on pop radio. Kiss my ass. They were originators. They made these bangers. But yeah, most people sleep on Hold the Line. And yeah, it is a great song in theory. But man, it's fun as hell, dude.
Oh, it's so fun. I
I'm
love
with
it.
you on this one. I'm with you on this one. All right, man. I've got like 20 choices here. And this
20. You're only supposed to have 6.
I know, but man, like I just kept writing them. I'm like, oh yeah, that one sucks too, man. I love that song.
When
And
are we getting to your Limp Bizkit pick?
why you spoiler alerts, man? You know it's number one, baby. Mr. Durst, you put some respect on his goddamn name, dude. Come
Sorry. Go
on.
ahead with your number 2.
It's tough to find a bad Limp Bizkit song, is what really made it hard. That's where the challenge lied. I was like, man, no, that one's excellent. This one, maybe I'll just make it number two then, since we've already taken the bow off the package here. Mr. Fred Durst and his crew came out with a very people are still trying to figure out what the title of this album really means, because it was called Chocolate Starfish and the Hot Dog Flavored Water. Nobody gets it. Like they're like, whoa, man, these people are revolutionary coming at me with this.
Yeah.
Totally,
Nobody gets it. Yeah.
nobody knows what this means, man. It's deep. It's a think piece. It's oh man, still, I'm still trying to crack that code. But there was this little song on that album. It was called My Way or the Highway. This time I'm gonna set it up.
Oh
That's
my God.
stand up and shout. It was back, Mr. Durst was trying, he shaved his head. He was being more vulnerable. He was letting his emotional side out. It's one of the songs that kind of smooths out. I mean, you can tell he's going through some things in this song. He's having
Oh,
real,
for God's sake. Oh my God.
he's bearing his soul for the world. So I mean, it was a little bit not as cutting edge, hard hitting, such as cuts as like Nookie or like Roland, like the ones that basically paved the way for new metal as we know it. So this one was just more, it's rearranged was obviously a fantastic song. I couldn't put that on the list. So
Oh, obviously, yes.
I settled on My Way because the lyrics are objectively bad, but it still slaps, man. I mean, it's a fantastic song. And there we go. Limp Bizkit, My Way, my number two pick.
Well, thank God we got that out of the way.
I was waiting for your Limp Bizkit pick, man, because I know
I have no Limp Bizkit pick. Limp Bizkit will not make a guilty pleasures list of mine at all, sir.
don't feel guilt, man. Just pleasure.
I have no
Everybody
pleasure
does.
when
Everybody
it comes to
does,
Limp
man.
Bizkit either.
Just pleasure. Just pleasure.
No, can't do it. No.
Rolling, rolling, rolling.
Oh, no. You know what? The only positive I can say is that that record gave the Undertaker a couple of different theme songs for a while there. So
Yeah, it did. Sure did. Because he's an American badass, just like Mr. Fred Durst.
well, he became the American badass with Kid Rock. That's when he really became the American badass.
So that's more your thing. But yeah, I did not put a Kid Rock song on here because his songs are either horrible or rip, dude. There's no in between line. Like nobody likes Picture Away. Nobody can argue for that song. That song was shit. And the remake of Warren Zevon or whatever the hell that song was an abomination. But Baba to Ball slaps. And Curtis froze up on me again. Where are you, sir? Where are you? Are you still recording? Are you still with me, dude? We need to do number one, man. Where are you at? You're looking handsome. Come on. Ah, there you are. Texting. You froze on me, my man.
You froze.
Okay. That's all right,
You
man.
froze.
I thought you hung up on me because of Fred Durst, dude.
Oh, I was this close to hanging up on you, but you froze because you were doing this over and over. You were doing the rolling thing over and over.
I know. It was too much for bandwidth to handle, my friend.
That's right.
So back to you, man. Go ahead.
Well, I'm ready for my number one then.
That's a tough call.
This is a song that will always be a banger. It'll always be fun. It'll always be a party song, especially for my generation. Nothing to do with Limp Bizkit or their stupid My Generation song, by the way. From the year 2000 and their Hooray for Boobies album, The Bloodhound Gang and The Bad Touch is my number one.
This song's amazing, dude.
Oh my gosh, it is amazing. It is incredible.
That's
The
not a bad
lyrics,
song though. That's what my argument is. There's nothing bad about that song. It's
the
catchy.
lyrics are pretty terrible. The
No,
lyrics aren't good.
no, the lyrics are wonderful. Maybe a touch misogynistic, but that song rules, dude.
It's 2020. I can call it misogynistic now, but it's good. It's a good song. It's a song that's not for everybody though. Not everybody's gonna love it. Just my generation will love it.
We're both watching X-Files, man. Like everything about that song rules, dude. Now, lap dance is a lot worse when the strippers. Lap dance is a lot better when the strippers crying. Now that song's objectively bad. Bad touch is great, dude. We're talking back to the opposite argument of Informer, like the beat, everything going. Do, 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 do. Yeah.
The video, everyone remembers the video. They're dressed up like the monkeys, humping everything in the video. Yeah.
I can't think of anything bad about that song, man. I can't. We'll leave it up to the viewers and listeners, man. If you think the Bad Touch is a bad song, I think it's a great song, dude. I don't think anybody finds it as a bad song, dude.
I hope not.
That's my object. That's my. I have an objection, man. I'm banging the gavel on this one. This is a fantastic song.
Banging the gavel on my number one.
I am, man. That's a great song, dude. Like that's my Cisco argument, dude. Like thong songs objectively dope. It may be like, perceived by the masses as a bad song, but it's not. It's like, people that shit on McDonald's, dude. Like it's a damn fine cheeseburger. That's why people ate 1 trillion of them. It's not bad. You just want to hate on it.
Yeah.
Bad Touch is wonderful, man.
It's my number wonderful. My number one, the Bad Touch.
Now I'm all over the place. What am I going to bring it down to? I'm gonna walk you through my thought process as I go with number one, because it wasn't going to be Limp Bizkit. But here's some songs I have on here that did not make number one, but deserve a shout out. Girl, I'm Gonna Miss You by Milli Vanilli. It's a horrible song, but it holds a special place in my heart. My sisters, who I'm sure are watching, I don't know if you lived here at the time when we used to have the big water slide in town, Rainbow Bend. We had
I remember that.
slides, then they tore it down and put in the 2-lane ones. But my sisters, my whole family worked there. So I spent a lot of summers there, and there was like this total smoke show lifeguard that worked up at the top, and she used to sing this song when it came over the loudspeakers and brought warm fuzzies. I couldn't tell you what she looked like or what her name was, but when that song comes on, Happy Ryan. So that was going to be on there. It's a great song. It's a tragedy for me to see the dream is over, and I'll never would forget the day we met. Oh man, that song rocks. David Lee Roth, Yankee Rose.
Great song.
City light, all right. I'm talking about a Yankee Rose. Pretty terrible song, but it just, man, that's on a lot of playlists, my friend.
Oh. Love that song.
I almost Walk the Dinosaur.
My kids sing it all the time now. I've introduced them to it. They love it.
Wow, watch Miami Vice. I mean, if you put Miami Vice in there, cigarettes, like it was kind of like a dichotomy. Like there's a cartoon background, you're doing this. Like people did this, man. I can rock with it now, but it didn't make the list. Same with Bengals Walk Like an Egyptian. I mean, we were kind of in that dance place. I think that's just more of how hot Susanna Hoffs is than an actual good song or bad good song. So I cross that off. Christmas Shoes. Shout out to all my friends at the radio station. God, I love that song so much.
Oh, I do not. I do not love Christmas Shoes. I find it.
It's
I
horrible.
know there's people watching right now that love it, and the holidays come around and they want to hear it.
They're just her size, man. Where's your heart? All right.
I know. I'm a Grinch.
So now I'm down to 3, and all right. I'm gonna stick true to my roots. All right. So 2 more that almost made it on our own, which is the Bobby Brown theme song from Ghostbusters 2.
Oh, I remember that song.
Figured out a way to wrap around proton packs on their back, and they split. Ego, the master evil, trying to battle my boys. That's not legal. Oh, that song.
It's a good song. Bobby had a cameo in the movie.
Right. Can I get one of those proton packs for my kids? Like he just loved
my kid.
I'm guessing he freebased with like a makeshift one at home, whatever. As you know he did, dude. You know he did. A country jam from my friend here from She Thinks My Tractor's Sexy by Kenny Chesney. Love that song.
Oh,
Terrible ass
it's a
song.
good
Kenny
song.
Chesney is a great artist, but that song is terrible. But it's fun as hell, and it'll make a lot of my playlist.
Yeah.
Even my farmer's tan. She's the only one that really gets me. I don't know all the words, but there's only like 10 of them. But She Thinks My Tractor's Sexy, dude. That song rips. All right. My number one. For my fellow 90s heads out there, I had to put an R&B song on there. You know, you remind me of my Jeep, you know, type of level. There was a lot of weird stuff going on there. R. Kelly, man, everybody had a one hit wonder. And there was a band called Silk that came out with a song called Freak Me.
Oh,
And it was just
good song.
19, it was maybe like 9 words long. And it was just basically, I'm going to perform oral sex on you and we're going to have sex. That's the whole root of the song.
That's the song.
I love this song, but it's a garbage song. They literally just say, I'm going to lick you up and down 90 times. And tonight, baby, I'm going to get freaky with you. Those are the only 2 statements in the whole song. It made like,
let me play with your body, baby, make you real hot.
boom. Yeah, man.
Let me do all the things you want me. Oh,
tonight, baby.
in like practice, like sports practice,
Right.
ball games and stuff like that. When I was a kid, didn't matter whether it was football, baseball, basketball, whatever. If I was going to mess with a kid from the other team, I like, if I was playing power forward in basketball, I'd be posted up a kid. I go, tonight, baby, I'm gonna get freaky with you. Drop step, right? The whole layup.
Yeah, man. No, that would put me off my game too. Love the song.
If I was
made like all my smash mixtapes, dude. Like it's on there, but it's a terrible song. It's like there's 3 lines, dude. Like it's a bad song. It does what it's supposed to do. It's entirely fun, and I love it, but it's a terrible song, and I have to include it on there. Yeah, man. Do it, Curtis. Take us home.
I can't call it a bad song, man. I'm gonna come back at you like you did with me on The Bad Touch. I think that's a good song. I think it's a good song.
There's like 3 lines, dude. It's I'm gonna lick you up and down. Tonight I'm gonna get freaky with you. I don't know what else.
Let me play with your body, baby. Make you hot.
Right, that's it. For like 3.5 minutes, 4. I only needed like half the song because I was in high school, but that's where it was, dude. It got me where I needed to go, man. And I love it to death.
Where I needed to go.
I loved it to death, but it's not a good song, my friends. You know it to be true, man.
Oh, that's a good number 1, man. Oh, I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
I'm gonna listen to that now. I'm gonna listen to Silk.
Right?
Get done with this.
Balamos and that, dude, and you might have to send the kids to the grandparents tonight, my friend. You're welcome.
Wow.
All right, buddy, man. Before we freeze up again, man, I'm gonna say goodbye.
Okay.
So much for coming on, dude. We did it. We knocked it out. The top 6 terrible songs that we like anyways, aka guilty pleasures. Songs all know and love, but are objectively bad. So, I appreciate you coming on, my friend.
I appreciate you having me again. It's always fun.
Dude, it's October, man. You are not only the music guy, but you're also my horror guy. So
yes,
we will be doing something again when it gets closer to the 31st, man. No doubt. Dude.
Cannot wait. Cannot wait for that, man.
Take it easy.